It starts quietly. No one notices at first. You're 7 years old, standing in front of a parent who is falling apart. Maybe it's anger. Maybe it's addiction. Maybe it's depression wrapped in silence. Maybe it's simply a grown-up who never learned how to be one. And in that moment, without anyone saying a word, something ancient clicks inside your small mind. If I don't hold everything together, no one will. This is the moment a child disappears. Not physically, but emotionally. They smile more. They cry less. They learn to read the room like it's a survival manual. They become the emotional thermostat of the house, adjusting themselves to prevent explosions, tears, or chaos. They become tiny adults long before their brain is ready, and the world claps for them. You're so mature. You're so responsible. You're so strong. But no one ever stops to ask, at what cost? This is the silent grief of those who grew up too fast. Today, we're going deep into the psychology of that child, because the effects don't vanish with age. They shape your relationships, your work, your identity, your self-worth. And if you don't understand what happened, you end up living your entire adult life locked inside survival patterns that once saved you, but now quietly destroy you. Let's begin with the root. When a child becomes the emotional support for an adult, instead of the other way around, psychologists call it parentification. The child becomes the caretaker, the peacekeeper, the therapist, the protector, all roles they were never designed to hold. And this doesn't just hurt. It rewires the brain. Growing up around inconsistency or emotional instability creates hypervigilance. You learn to scan for danger before it arrives. You walk on eggshells. You listen for footsteps like warnings. You learn that love is a transaction. If I behave, maybe I'll be safe. If I'm quiet, maybe nothing bad will happen. Slowly, you begin to believe your needs are dangerous. So you bury them. You disappear. Not on the outside, but inside. And what replaces you is a perfect performer. The good child. The achiever. The over-responsible one. The therapist friend. The one who never asks for anything. You wear this mask for so long that even you forget it's a mask. But beneath all that strength, something aches. A small, buried voice whispers, "Why didn't anyone protect me?" As an adult, the symptoms grow more complicated. You may become hyper-independent, refusing help because needing anything feels unsafe. You may struggle to rest because productivity became your only source of worth. You may feel detached from joy because joy never felt familiar. You may not even realize you're still living in survival mode. When chaos becomes your normal, peace feels threatening. Stillness feels suspicious. Love feels like a debt you'll eventually have to repay. This is the psychology of a child forced to grow up too fast. A complex trauma that shapes not only how you see the world, but how you see yourself. And why does a child take on this role? Because children will do anything for connection, even abandon themselves. It's not weakness, it's biology. In the absence of safety, a child sacrifices authenticity for belonging. What saved you then imprisons you now. So many adults are wounded children walking around in high-functioning bodies. We overachieve to earn love. We stay silent to avoid rejection. We take care of everyone else while secretly wishing someone, just once, would take care of us. That fantasy of finally being held, finally being seen, finally being allowed to fall apart, belongs not to the adult, but to the child who never got to be a child. Healing doesn't begin with fixing. It begins with witnessing. Because until you acknowledge your story, you'll keep telling yourself, "It wasn't that bad. I turned out fine. Other people had it worse. But fine is a mask too. Adults who grew up too fast often become people who fear softness, reject help, apologize for crying, and mistake exhaustion for success. This is the cost of growing up too fast. But awareness is the beginning. The door out of survival opens the moment you finally see the child you once were, and allow them to be seen.